We are here with the Foreign Affairs Minister of the Government of Rhinania to get his opinion on some matters that have been occurring throughout the past 2 months. To begin with, would you care to comment on the situation in Camp 7 and the current refugee situation?
I would be happy to comment. As most of you probably know, Rhinania has opened up Camp 7 to UN and international observation. We, of course, are working very hard with the United Nations and with all parties involved to create the best humanitarian situation possible in Camp 7 and in Rhinania as a whole, and we'll continue to do so.
Okay. For all those who are not necessarily aware of the exact case, what is the ceasefire agreement that you have with the PFLZ?
Whatever terms of the agreement that have been released are the terms that are available to the public. To be perfectly honest, because this is what we're trying to do, we're being honest and open with everyone in the community, in the international community. We're still in negotiations with the PFLZ. We're both working very hard to achieve it's tumultuous here, skateboard explosions everywhere. No, but we're both working very hard together to foster peace within a stable, unified Rhinania, and we'll continue to do so.
There have been some rumors going around with regards to your financial statement and your financial situation of the government of Rhinania. Is there any truth to these rumors?
I'm not exactly sure what rumors you've heard, so I can't say whether they're true or not, but I can say what is true. The government of Rhinania continues to implore the PFLZ to release its financial statements so that international actors can see where their money is going, whether it's actually going to humanitarian aid or whether it's continuing to fund this terrorist movement. The government of Rhinania has released its full financial statements to the United Nations, who will hopefully release it to the international community soon. We again implore the United Nations to do that. The United Nations Security Council is also currently debating whether or not it will aid Rhinania with its finances and aid Rhinania in its quest for peace. We hope that all countries in the international community will help the Rhinanian state achieve peace, and therefore we urge them to aid us financially.
And what are the current conditions in the town of Mogadishu, one of the hardest hit areas?
The conditions in Mogadishu are far less than ideal. Again, the government of Rhinania has been working tirelessly to aid every Rhinanian, regardless of any classifications that people enjoy conjuring up. Aid them to receive the best humanitarian aid possible. The PFLZ's initial blockade of that city rendered it an utter humanitarian disaster. That's why we negotiated the initial ceasefire with them. We opened up the port. The international community has done a great job in bringing humanitarian aid in. Now our job as an international community is to continue to get even more aid in, to not get caught up over penny pinching and revenues, as the PFLZ has seemed to do in the past, and to really work together as an international community to bring a humanitarian, humane solution to everyone in Rhinania, and especially those suffering in Mogadishu.
There was a report that conflict diamonds were being sold in the Canadian city of Montreal. Do you care to comment on that?
A lot of bling bling going on in the streets of Montreal, apparently. Conflict diamonds are an abhorrent, deplorable misuse of natural resources. The government of Rhinania has stated its approval for the Acadians signing on to the Kimberley process. The government of Rhinania has also engaged in we've engaged in preliminary discussion with the rebel groups in the north to gain control over the mine areas, and are working with everyone to ensure that the revenues that are being created by our gift of the natural resources of diamonds in the north are being used to help Rhinanians and to help achieve peace in equatorial cyberspace.
Would you mind explaining exactly what the Kimberley process is for all our viewers who are not so aware of the situation and what's been going on?
For sure. Well, I would urge everyone to go online, and I'm sure if you Googled Kimberley process, you would get a more comprehensive definition than the one I'm about to provide. But essentially, if Acacia were to sign on to the Kimberley process, it would prevent the illegal smuggling of diamonds from the diamond mines in the north, currently controlled by rebels, into Acacia to be sold on the black market. This would prevent that sale from happening. It would significantly decrease the financial capabilities of this rebel group in the north, and would bring Acacia and Rhinania that much closer to achieving peace in equatorial cyberspace.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and this is Danielle Rosenblum from the Siberian Times reporting with Foreign Minister of the Government of Rhinania, Jake Heller, from outside one of the government office buildings. Thank you.